Hello and welcome to another tutorial by inzinc.com, and my name is Michael Hanlon. Today we're going to be talking about the Magento versus Virtuemart shopping cart systems. Both of them are excellent shopping carts, but a lot of people have been asking questions as to which one's better. And of course the answer to that is Magento. Magento is by far a superior shopping cart than any other that's on the market at this time, just because it has so many features to it, and it could be customized fully to the way that any company would want to display their products, whether it be shirts, printing, business cards, print companies that have multiple sizes and need custom layouts and custom attributes. So we're just going to do a quick overview of the systems, and just to show people just how much more complex one system is over another. And needless to say that the development cost for Magento is anywhere between 2 and 3 times more expensive than it would be to develop it in Virtuemart, just because there's so many more files to edit and research and find and modify when we're doing custom modifications for clients. Okay, so when you log into your Magento dashboard, you'll come to the main control panel, which is the dashboard, and you can see right away, which is another feature that Virtuemart doesn't have, is all your sales, how many sales you made, your taxes that you're paying, your shipping quantities left, any kind of data that you want to set. You'll see it immediately when you log into your Magento control panel. So let's start with sales. If you go to your sales and orders tabs, here you manage all your sales, and unlike Virtuemart, you can see your sales, but you can't create an order from the back. You'd actually, let's say a client calls in, they want to order over the phone, you would literally have to check out through the front end of Virtuemart in order to create an order. Whereas here you have to create order right in the back. And another feature that Magento has that is actually an extension that you have to purchase and get installed in Virtuemart is an export to CVS or XML spreadsheet. Okay, and every area of the shopping cart can be exported to CVS and XML spreadsheet, and this comes as a standard feature in Magento. Recurring profiles is the payment methods. Let's say that a client has, they pay in on a membership and stuff like that, then you would set your payments up in here, and you can view your memberships. This is another feature that Virtuemart does not have. Okay, and also going into the product management, we can see a little bit more of the detail when you add a product, and we already created one just for demo purposes, so we'll go into product 1. So going into the product, you can see that we can have a choice between WYSIWYG editors, okay, which is pretty much standard. This is the JCE WYSIWYG. So you can modify your text and upload your pictures, okay, and set your product. And also another thing too, you can have much more detailed attributes. So we're not going to go into this today, but it's just to show you how much more in depth that you can, how many more options that you have as opposed to Virtuemart, which we'll be covering soon. Okay, so let's close out of that. And also you have full control over your URL rewriting management. And another difference between Magento CMS and the Joomla Virtuemart CMS is that Magento is one system, okay, that's integrated already. It's a full content management system that's just the shopping cart system, whereas Virtuemart is not a standalone system and needs Joomla in order to function. So you actually have to install Joomla CMS, and then after that we have to install the Virtuemart shopping cart system. Alright, so now also another thing too, we have integrated Google Sitemap creation, where you can create a URL, and and this is also another thing that really needs to be mentioned, is that the search engine optimization is better, and there's no doubt about it, And but these features we can also create in Virtuemart. So it's not something like we're giving away a feature over another. It's just that it's done differently in the Virtuemart system. But for Magento, you can create your Google sitemap in the back end and connect it to your analytics and webmaster tools. So in your mobile, and this is another thing too, it's completely separate, and you can actually configure your mobile application to function differently than your desktop template, and you can really personalize it by adding mobile specific applications. Okay, and here is just you manage your customers, and again, it's much more detailed. We got manage your customers, all of them, customer groups. You can actually group them and create multiple groups, just like in Virtuemart. And here you can actually see your customers who are online, okay, for push notifications and such, which is something that does not exist in Virtuemart. Also, another thing too that comes integrated is your promotions. Certainly, Virtuemart has their coupons, okay, but here you can create complex rules for your catalog, such as if somebody buys $100, you can give 10% discount. If somebody buys 200, then it's 15% discount. Okay, and it's very easy. Just go to add new rule, and here you can give your rules names, make it active or inactive. For who does it apply? And if there's a group, you know, you can manage your groups, create new groups from what time to what time, and what priority as well. It's by fixed amount. If a certain amount, like I just said, for 100, then you'll give a 10% discount, so on and so forth. Alright, and then also another thing too, which is really cool, is that you have your integrated newsletter. So you can actually have it work with your MailChimp system, or you can just run your newsletter right from within the back end. Please note that it depends on whether you have a shared or dedicated server, because most hosting server providers have a 500 email limit per day. So if you don't want to get blocked, don't send over 500 emails a day on a shared hosting account from HostGator or One-on-One or GoDaddy, God forbid. So then after that, we'll go over to the CMS, and here we pretty much, this is the CMS part where we can actually create our pages, set out the front end of the website. Our widgets are actually our extensions, okay? And then after that, we can also, another thing too that's really cool about Magento is that you can generate reports for pretty much anything, okay? And there's already pre-configured settings, all right? And after that, if you don't find the research settings that you're looking for the reports, you can actually go into search terms and create your own. Now, here's another, and now we get into the kind of like guts of the Magento system, which is really pretty much everything. All the basic settings, the core functionality of the system. Okay, and a lot of cool things that are really available here that are not available in Virtuemart is the import-export, which is very, very convenient, because what it is that you can import and export all your products automatically, you know, within 2 seconds. So if you ever have a crash, you need to restore, then you can just restore your system and re-import all your products without any data lost. And so for Virtuemart, you would actually pretty much have to install an extension called CVS import. CVS import. Alright, so we can manage our currency, index management, all the pages that we want indexed. We got to keep making sure that we're refreshed, but still, Virtuemart hands down is the best system to go. And if you have the patience and ability to develop a Magento system and the budget, we encourage it. But also remember that if you have basic knowledge of technical languages, systems, understanding how structures are, or how the shopping cart structures, such as categories, articles, items, users, and how user structures are and permissions are set, then as intuitive as the Joomla help forums and so on and so forth. Definitely, we got our tutorials, we got screencasts, we got documentation, e-commerce resource libraries, and also we got people that are talking about it, chat groups, so on and so forth. Really a lot of support, but you got to look a little bit harder for your help. and sometimes it's not available. Okay, so if you have that kind of patience and you're excellent at your PHP coding, um, then definitely put your skills on Magento and put your money on Magento because it's definitely going to pay dividends. Now, another thing too, it's not really recommended for stores that have a very small employee base. Uh, that doesn't really sell a lot of stuff, and also that they don't have a lot of stuff that can be put online. You know, this is more meant for like a big e-commerce websites that sell everything online, and that are processing thousands of products, thousands of users. They have massive usage, and that's another thing too. Magento is a heavy website, so you definitely, if you want to not run into speed issues, we definitely recommend that you get your own server. Okay, and if not that, then go for get a Cloudflare, Pro Account, or some other kind of CDN cloud service, caching service. Okay, so there. Thank you for watching our Magento demo. And now, stay tuned. We're going to be watching. We're going to just do a short demo on Virtuemart and see how that functions. Okay, so now we're at the Joomla control panel. So we just logged into the Joomla control panel, and we're going to go look at the Virtuemart shopping cart system. And as you can see, the navigation system is a little bit different. That's because the Virtuemart system is within the Joomla content management system. It's not a whole complete integrated system. So all these navigation buttons are for the but most of them except for this one here are for the management of Joomla. Okay, and this one here and this tab over here on your components tab is for the management of your Virtuemart shopping cart system. So let's just click on the components Virtuemart, and this brings us to the control panel for Virtuemart. So as you can see right away, our features are a little bit simplified. As you can see, this is everything that we have, all the control tools, the edits that we can do to Virtuemart is right here on the side. And just going through them, the products management, product categories, that's where you create your categories. Okay. Our services, that's a category that we created for the demo. This is our products tab. Okay, and this is where we create our products. Now, just to show you how different the product system is, you can see that the layout right away is very much more simple than the Magento layout. And also going into the product, it's a little bit more simplified as well, as it's all laid out on tabs. Okay, and also the fields, it's very straightforward. You got your categories, you set your SKU, you set your prices, you go in the back and you set your product image. Okay, and if you don't have one on the server, you can go to browse, upload it, and then once you're done, you just click the click save button, and it will save your product. And that's pretty much it. And so all the features that are really on the Virtuemart systems, we're going to set them one time in the beginning, and that's pretty much it. And then after that, it's just about maintaining your items and products, which really simplifies the management of any shopping cart system. And this is why it's recommended for first-time shop owners that when they're coming into building a shopping cart system, that they do it with the Virtuemart, because really it's kind of like a toned-down version of Magento. It has simpler features, yes, albeit lesser features, but still, it still does everything that, for the most part, what Magento can do. It's just that it may take an extra extension or something to be added. And another addition to it, to the bonuses of Virtuemart, is that it's a faster loading website as well. Okay, so under Virtuemart, your sites are going to load way faster, and you're going to need less caching systems. And that's another thing too about Magento. There's about 5 or 6 different areas of cache management. which is renders caching, your tweaking your caching, much more complicated. So if you and that's why Magento, it requires kind of like a staff member or a group of staff to constantly be managing the system if the store owner can't do it himself or herself. Okay. So then we go set our tax calculations. Reviews and ratings is if we allow people to rate the products or not. And here we can manage our shops, our orders and shoppers, as well as manage our coupon system, which is promotions in Magento. Okay, here we can set our manufacturers, and here we set information about the shop, the address, the logo, permissions, and as well as the logo for when you're checking out onto whatever merchant you're going. Your payment methods. One of the most common payment methods for the Virtuemart shopping system is the PayPal system. Works beautifully, but it can accept pretty much any other merchant account system, as well as authorized.net. Okay, and then going into configuration, here it's also the basic configuration just to show you a little bit of what that looks like. Here you'll set the configuration of the shop, the language settings. If you have a multilingual shop, you'll get your languages here. Your shop front, but also don't forget you actually have to install the Virtuemart language file first. And then after that, your shop front is how you want your store to be displayed on the front end. What are you going to be using? Pounds, kilograms, or milligrams, pounds, or ounces. Okay, and here it's a little bit more about the template, how you want it to be displayed, how many rows of products do you want, 4, 3, and how many products on a page do you want. You know, so you can get a little bit really creative here. Me, I like to actually show all my products on one page. You know, so it prevents from people clicking from page to page to page, you know, just as a tip, you know. So here we got our pricing, and these are the things that we want to be showing on the pricing page, so that when a person checks out of the shopping cart, do we want to show the tax in the cart or on the product on a checkout product page? You know, a lot of people don't want to show the tax amount on the cart only when the person is checked out. You know, so this is where you would set your settings for here. And here you can also set what you how you want people to check out and what is considered confirmed and not confirmed checkout and payment. All right. So and now, so just as another thing too is just, again, most of these fields are fields that we're only going to be filling out once, and really the remainder is just coming back to your products and managing your products over and over again, adding, upgrading, changing. That's all the shop owner has to do in order to maintain their shopping cart. And